the loudest stadium in the world, cannot drown out a quiet thought you do not want to admit. In 2013, Ryan was a double-A outfielder, with a clean swing and a reputation for being easy to coach. Teammates liked him because he never complained. Coaches liked him because he never caused problems. Fans liked him because he ran hard, even in meaningless innings. What nobody saw was the weight he carried after the lights went off. He was in the middle of a brutal month, 3-4-29, a throwing error that cost a game, and the clubhouse that had started to treat him like background noise. The kind of stretch that makes you feel like you are not only failing, you are fading. Ryan had a father who taught him to handle it, not in a cruel way, in a generational way, the kind of lesson that tells you feelings are private and toughness is silent. So Ryan did what a lot of players do. He tightened up, he stayed late, and he tried to outwork the problem. But the problem was not his swing. It was the story in his head. I am letting everyone down. I am wasting my chance. I am not who they think I am. That story can get loud in a hotel room at 1 a.m. when the game is over and you are alone with the replay. This is the story of a conversation that saved a player's life. And if you are struggling right now, you do not have to carry it alone. In the US, you can call or text 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. If you are outside the US, I will list international options in the description. Chapter 1. The Mask Athletes Wear. Baseball has a strange culture. You can be surrounded by people and still feel isolated. You are with the team all day, but your mind lives in a private dugout. When you are playing well, it feels like belonging. When you are not, it feels like you are on the outside of your own life. Ryan was good at the mask, jokes with the guys, polite with the staff, the first to say, "I bad," and the last to ask for help. One night after a loss, the team buzz was quiet, the kind of quiet where everyone is pretending they are fine. Ryan sat near the back, hood up, staring at the reflection of passing lights. A veteran catcher named Luis sat down across from him. Luis had played long enough to recognize a familiar look. Not sadness exactly, something sharper, disconnection. Luis did not say, "Are you okay?" because athletes lie to that question. He said, "How heavy is it tonight?" Ryan blinked. "What?" Luis nodded toward his chest. "Whatever you are carrying, how heavy is it?" Ryan tried to laugh it off, but the laugh did not work. He shrugged. "It is fine." Luis held eye contact and said, "Fine is a word we use when we do not want to talk." Chapter 2. The Moment It Slipped. The next day, Ryan was early to the park. He took extra swings in the cage, then extra grounders, then more swings. He was trying to earn relief. During BP, he rolled over a pitch and snapped his bat. It was not dramatic, just a clean break. The kind of moment that looks like anger but is really exhaustion. Luis walked over, picked up the bat pieces, and said, "Let us take a walk." They did not go to the office. They did not sit under a motivational poster. Luis led him behind the clubhouse, where it was quiet, and the air smelled like grass and hot asphalt. Luis did not preach. He did not tell Ryan to be grateful. He asked one careful question. "When you are alone, what do you say to yourself?" Ryan stared at the ground. Nothing. Luis waited. Silence can be a doorway if you do not rush it. Ryan finally whispered, "I say I am done." Chapter 3. Saying it out loud. If you have never been in that moment with someone, it is hard to explain how time changes. The world is the same, but everything becomes more fragile. Luis stayed calm. Not casual. Calm. He did not flinch. He did not make a joke. He did not look away. He said, "Thank you for telling me." Ryan's shoulder shook once, like his body was giving up the fight to look strong. Luis said, "I am going to be very direct. Are you thinking about hurting yourself?" Ryan did not answer right away. Then he nodded slightly. Luis did not argue with him. He did not say, "You have so much to live for," as if logic can beat pain. He said something that sounded like a promise. "I'm not leaving you alone tonight." Chapter 4. The Choice That Matters. This is where a lot of stories get cleaned up. They make it sound like one conversation fixed everything. That is not real. What the conversation did was open a door to help. Luis walked Ryan to the team's athletic trainer. They told the manager. They called the on-call mental health professional the organization used. They stayed with Ryan while the next steps were put in place. Nobody treated him like a problem. They treated him like a person. That night, Louis sat in the hotel lobby with Ryan. They talked about nothing important at first. Food, movies, a picture they both hated to face. Small talk is not small when it keeps someone connected. At one point, Ryan said, "I am embarrassed." Louis said, "I would be more worried if you were not." But embarrassment is not a reason to be alone. Chapter 5. What Louis actually did. People ask, what did he say? Like the right quote is the magic key, but the real power was not a perfect speech. It was 3 things Louis did that most of us can do. He noticed. He asked a question that made honesty possible. And he stayed. Notice is underrated. A lot of pain shows up as quietness, irritability, or a person fading into the background. The question matters too. Are you okay? Invites a performance. How heavy is it? Invites the truth. And staying matters because the brain in crisis lies. It says, you are a burden. Nobody wants this. You should disappear. Presence interrupts that lie. Chapter 6. The Slow Return. Ryan did not play for a while. The organization gave him time and support. He talked with professionals. He called his family. He learned to name what he was feeling instead of burying it. When he returned, he was not magically happy. He was honest. That was the change. He told a teammate later, "I thought I needed to be tough. Turns out I needed to be real." The slump did not vanish overnight, but Ryan stopped treating performance like a verdict on his worth. Chapter 7. The Conversation You Can Have. If you are watching this and someone in your life feels distant, you do not need to be a therapist to help. You need to be human. Here are 3 lines you can borrow. 1. You have felt heavier lately. I am here. Talk to me. 2. When you are alone, what do you say to yourself? 3. I am not leaving you alone tonight. We are getting help. We are getting help. If you are the one struggling, you deserve the same kindness. Tell someone you trust. Reach out to a professional. In the US, call or text 988. If you are in immediate danger, call emergency services. Because the conversation that saved Ryan's life was not heroic. It was present. It was steady. It was simple. And sometimes, simple is what keeps someone here.